There she is, finally got her back. So welcome back to Tesla Me and my Model 3, where I go for all the good, the bad and the ugly of owning a Model 3. And also remember, if you want to, you can use my referral code, which gives us both 1,000 miles of free supercharging. And then if you go on to give it a referral to someone else, you can win a Founders Edition Model Y or a Roadster. Oh, and thank you to all of the people that have used my referral so far. I've got their names scrolling across the bottom as I speak. So being back in the Model 3 is refreshing for me. I liked the Model S, but I just prefer the Model 3. I prefer the more spacious feel to it, which is weird because it is a smaller car. But it's nice to be back in it. So getting to the point, what was wrong with the car? Now, if you guys have been following the videos before, or sorry, if you haven't been following the videos before, basically my screen started playing up and I started to have lots of issues with symbols popping up, warning errors. It's got to the point where Spotify just didn't work, refused to work. The screen started going black quite often, and so I booked it into the service centre first. So I've got, actually, here we go, I've got this this is the little receipt that I've got back. So let's go through now and see what they said. So on the first page, it's a standard courtesy inspection checklist where they go through, and I think they just do things like the tyre tread. Obviously it's a brand new car, so they didn't find any issues there. On the next page is what they've done. Now, interestingly, they've got two jobs here that they've done, and the first job I didn't even know they were going to do. But basically, it says rear fascia bumper reflector cosmetic issue damage. I didn't even know that was there. I didn't ask for it to be fixed. And they've said detailers have carried out rectification of the scratches on the left side of the rear bumper using machine polisher. Vehicles now as designed. So that was good of them. I didn't even know they were going to do that. So the main problem here is number 2, which was, I'll read through it. Latest update failed. Car's screen now constantly blacks out and shows many different error messages and symbols. Investigation found there to be an internal fault with the vehicle's ECU module. Carried out a replacement of the ECU, and Tesla engineering team have remotely activated it due to the ECU not accepting firmware. Confirmed firmware is now installed correctly. Bled out the cooling system and reassembled. Not sure why they do that. I guess that's just a kind of standard thing they have to do. Carried out a recalibration of the autopilot, and road test confirmed the vehicle is now operating as designed. So it's also got a list of all the bits they've replaced. The first thing they replaced was the SD card. I think that's what they thought it was first of all. The next thing they then realised it wasn't that. The next thing they replaced was the MCU, because they thought it was the media centre unit, and that wasn't accepting code still. So then they had engineers come in and they put it down to the ECU, like they just said there. So they replaced the ECU and now it all works. In the comments of my last video, someone called Nick asked, would I recommend a Model 3 to a potential buyer after all the problems that I've had having it in a service centre for 2.5 weeks. So yes, it was in for a service for 2.5 weeks, which was actually more time than what I actually owned the car for at the time. But still, I would absolutely recommend the Model 3 to potential buyers. I just think the advantages over a standard petrol car are huge, and the fun factor. So the fact that I'll have this car hopefully for quite a long time, the 2.5 weeks is just a blip. Also, I'd just like to mention as well with the service centres, I know a lot of people have had problems with the service centres in different parts of the country and also around the world. I use the Dartford service centre, and for me they've been brilliant. I mean, they kept in contact with me nearly every day. If it wasn't every day, it was every other day, and kept me up to date, so I can't complain about that. Also, it's worth mentioning that the problems they had are something that isn't normal. It's something they haven't come across before. They've got a database of all of the problems that the Teslas have that they can then use as a resource to find the problem as quickly as possible. On that resource centre, there wasn't anything on there listed with the problems I've had, so it was a completely new thing. So hopefully that will now be listed and will be able to help future buyers as well, and they'll be able to resolve that problem a lot quicker. So there you go, that's the update on the car. I have actually got the car wrapped now, which I also recorded, but I will be releasing that later this week, so look out for that as well. Again, if you want to watch more of the videos, or if you enjoy the videos, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification button. And if you want to, you can use my referral code, like I say, because gives us both 1,000 miles of free supercharging, and then if you pass on a referral to someone else, you get a chance to win a Model Y or a Roadster. Until next time, bye for now.